All right. Hey everyone. Thanks for joining me on the live stream. All right. Okay, so let's continue from where we left off yesterday. All right. Just make sure that everything's set up. Make sure that I've got my nice to-do list. So let's see what we're going to do today. Okay, sure. All right, so got quite a bit of stuff to do. So let's get on that. Okay. Right, so once again, hey everyone, nice to see you all. All right, so here's all the characters, and let's see where we left off. If I can remember my keys. I was using some debug keys. What did I use? All right, that's the T and the Y. So yep, this is where we left off. So I've got a T, so you can go there and build that building, and you can go there, gather some stone, and go down there to gather some wood. So just type the commands in chat, and your character will move and do something. Why Minecraft icons? Because I used those when I made the Minecraft crafting system. It's a pretty nice video, pretty nice system, and there we go. We got our first workers. We've got a builder and a gatherer. And there you go, we are gathering iron, even though it looks like diamonds, but yep. And we've got some people building. And there you go, just keep rolling. Just keep rolling, and yep, there you go, gathering wood, gathering stone, and over there, building, and it's almost done, and yep, there you go, purple, the building is built. All right. All right, so this is where we left off on the last live stream, which was yesterday, actually, so pretty close from one to the next. So yeah, it's already an interesting little mini game. Okay, so let me set up and see, where do I start? Right in here. Now, I wonder, should I start with combat or maybe a leaderboard? That would be interesting. Okay, how much monitor do you use? Well, I've got two monitors. So right now I've got this. You're seeing my first screen, and on the right side I'm seeing chat. Just make sure that everything is okay. And next to me, I've got just some basic pen and paper just to handle things. So that's pretty much my setup. Can you make the character yet? Nope, not yet. I'm still figuring that out. And how does this work? You just type in the commands like !gather one, and your character will go here and start gathering. In this case, it will gather some stone, and down here it will gather some wood, and up here just building. How do I stop building? Well, right now you can't. You can't just go into one other place and so on. All right, okay. So Alright, so first of all, let me just make a bit of a better usability for over here, placing down the flags and the buildings and so on, because right now all of this is manual, so I press a debug key and it does that. So instead of that, I want to be able to make some proper UIs just to make this a bit easier to make. So I want to be able to click some buttons and then place down each individual flag, and same thing for placing down the buildings. Okay, so let's begin by handling that. Alright, so first of all, let me go into the canvas, make it in 2D, and go and make the UI. So, create an empty game object. Let's name this the building. That's a good question. Do I name it building or just general orders? That's a good question, because I think I'm going to use the same one for placing down flags. So let's go with player commands UI. Not a great name, but okay, it'll do for now. Okay, put it all on 0, and now let's make the script for it. So just up here, new C# script, player commands UI, and just attach it. Okay. So now here I want to be able to create a bunch of buttons. So for that, let me first create just the template object. So create an empty. It's going to be my template. And then inside, first I need a background. So first just the image, make it stretch. Okay. Then for now, let's just make just some text. And obviously I'm going to later on make some proper icons, but just some text. Okay. So text, and put it down the center in bold, maybe 12. Center, center, disabled, and so on. Okay, that's in white. Yeah, keep it in white. And for the background image, maybe a dark gray. All right, so that's a good starting point. So first, just make an outline and a shadow. Just make it something a bit nicer. All right. So I've got this, and how am I going to position it? Well, let me add the, I never know the name, sorting, canvas sorting, what do you call it? Is it canvas group? It's not the canvas group. I always forget the name of this one. Is it this? No, it's not the sorting group. Okay, now I've totally forgotten. What do you call that? The grid layout group. Oh god, I always forget that one. Okay, so on the lower left, horizontal, lower left. Cell size of 100, it's way too big. Maybe just 50, maybe a bit more. Okay, sure. So now let me make these buttons. So just add the button component. All right, just drag this just like that. Okay, that should be good for now. So now let's create them. So on private void awake, first of all, transform find my template. So this is the transform for the template. And then I instantiate, and let's instantiate the template onto the parent, which is this transform. So this is the transform for the, let's begin with the flag build button. Okay. And for the template, I've got to game object set active into false so that I don't see the template, and just this one dot game object set active into true, and it will be positioned automatically. So then just find the text get component of text mesh pro, so using TM Pro. Okay, text mesh pro UGUI, and then set the text, in this case for the flag build. And then, well, then I still got to do, but let's just make two of them, flag gather. This is the flag gather button. Obviously, later on this will be written in a much better way, but for now, just like this, should be good enough just for testing. Okay, so let's see if the buttons get, yep, there you go. Now, why are they next to each other? Because I gotta set the size right. Yeah, exactly. I gotta set the size. Yep, like that. Okay, so let's see what size do I need to set it. Just keep pushing it to the side. Yeah, sure, about 1,000 should be good. Okay, so like this, the automatic things are working. All right, so far so good. So now I want to be able to click this in order to select something, and then be able to click in the world in order to place down things. So let's think, how do I handle that? Because right now I'm handling over here, so I'm doing on an input key down, I'm manually placing down a key. So let me think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, there's no point in typing in join, that's not doing anything. I don't know why so many people are doing that, but essentially it only works when I'm playing the game. So when I'm writing code, there's nothing listening, so no point in doing that right now. I'm gonna go into game mode in a bit. Let me just figure this out. So I've got the flag. I'm just thinking, should I do it here or make a proper class? The obvious answer is to make a proper class, but well, I guess first of all, let's do it quick and dirty, and then I'm going to refactor all the code. Okay, so I need a enum for the state. Let's say idle and place down flag. Well, actually, I gotta give it a name. So flag construction and flag. Did I name it construction? I thought I named it build, but okay. Anyways, construction and gathering. Okay. So then I just need a field for it. So a private state, and then awake state equals idle. Okay, so then on update, just a very basic state machine. So switch on the state. Then case I go into state.idle, then I'm not going to do anything. case state dot place down a construction flag. Then I want to place down a construction flag, although only on mouse click. So input dot get mouse button down. So when I press the left mouse button, then I want to place down a flag. Okay. In case the other state, which is the gathering flag, then just do the exact same thing. So on a mouse button, just go here and do this. Okay. So for now, let's make the state public. And okay, a public void set state, receiving a state, just to set this dot state equals that state. Okay. And if I'm on any of those, and if I get if input.get mouse button down on the right mouse button, then set state into, let's go into state.idle. All right. By the way, if you are watching the live stream, just keep in mind that everything that I'm doing here it's not necessarily a teaching live stream. What I mean by that is that I'm writing a lot of quick and dirty code here that will later on be refactored. So obviously, if you were to make a state machine, you wouldn't make the state public. You probably wouldn't handle things like this. So all of this will be refactored in the future. So again, I just want to make that clear that the code that you're seeing here is not really production ready code. Whereas compared to the code that you see in my videos, that's the final video. So that's after I go through all of this research, then I finally come up with the final video, which is what you see. So here, it's a completely different thing. All right, so get component of type button. So I need using Unity engine.ui. Okay, get the button, then the on click. Let's add a listener. And on the listener, let's go into the live game defense survival, access the instance and set the state. And I'm going to set the state. This one is the construction flag. All right. And then on this one, I'm going to set the state into the gather flag. All right, so just like this, I should be able to click the buttons to select in order to place down the construction or the gathering flag. Ooh, there's actually one potential issue, which is I might be placing down flags through the buttons, but let's see if it happens. So people asking, how do you join? Well, when I press this button to start listening to live chat and the game is running, now if you type in anything, doesn't have to be join, there's no special command, just type in something, and there you go, you show up. It's that simple. Okay, so testing out the thing. So if I click on the flag build, and if I click on top of it, yeah, there you go, that's the issue. So I need to be able to disable clicking through the buttons. All of your videos, really. Your videos are very fast. Well, that kind of depends on which video. There are, oh crap. So yeah, but essentially by right clicking, yep, there you go, I can deselect. So I can click here to place down a flag. There you go, I'm placing down build 3. So if you go down into build 1 or 2, actually, yeah, that one is telling the closest and there's no maximum. So if you come all the way down here, you're also going to make progress on building this one. So that's that, and I can place down a gather flag in there, another one there, and there you go, it all works. Okay, so I've got buttons, I just need to be able to deselect them and not click through the UI. So how do I handle that? I think I actually have that in my utilities, don't I? I think so. UI is pointer over the UI. What am I doing here? I don't even remember. Yeah, the event system, check if the pointer is over a game object. Yep, okay, so if the pointer is not over in the UI, then place down the flag. This one for gathering, one for thing, and there you go, look at that. All the people having fun going there. Yep, there you go. Okay, right, so I've got a basic thing. Now I really just need the various things. Maybe make one just for the arrow. So in order to set the state into nothing, so let me copy this, and the first one, what am I gonna name it? Actually, let me put this inside brackets so I don't have issues with duplicate names and things. Just so it's a bit easier. Okay, so this, just name it button and then I'll give it whatever name out. Okay, so for this one, just none, and this one set the state into idle. Okay, then I've got the two flags, and then finally I've got another one for the place building. Okay, let's make that state. And by the way, I do have the background enabled. So yeah, why is Visual Studio not dark? Because my eyes burn if I put it on the dark mode. So that's pretty much it. I really can't handle looking at dark mode for more than a few seconds. So yep, that's the issue. Okay, place down building. And then let's go into the state. So state for the place down building. If I click and that, I don't create any flags, so none of this. Now instead, how's the stream going? It's going nice so far, so look at that. All the people, it's all working. Okay, so let's place down some buildings. And then of course I gotta make a max range for these buildings, but for now, and there's a zombie over here. Let's see if I can manage to get to that in a bit, but first things first. Okay, so place down the building. I want to go into the building construction manager and do I go through this one? Yeah, probably. That's probably the better approach, I think. Public static void create, and let's create a construction building. So a vector3 for the position, and well, for now that's pretty much it. So I just instantiate, and in the last live stream I already made the super useful assets, always so useful. So the building construction, and I'm going to place it on position, no rotation, so quaternion identity. Let's see, transform for the building construction. Building construction transform really, because then there's a script named building construction. So yeah, just like this, it should already be creating. So if I go here, just go into the building construction manager and call create and pass in the mouse position. So mouse, I get the mouse world position. If I do that, then I should be able to place down buildings, and then those buildings should be able to be built. Okay, so let's see if all of that is working. Look at all those people. Can you get the user icon from the YouTube API? Yep, you can. So maybe I'll add that. I don't know. I think if I add that, it would be a bit too busy on screen. So I don't know. Farming game, that would be interesting. Okay, let's test that out. So just go ahead and I should be able to see all 4 buttons, and let me just remove the building. So this preset building right here, this one, let me just disable it for now. Okay. Right, so let's start listening and click to place down a build. And if I click through it, nothing works. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to place, yeah, I really should disable these walls because there's no things. So I'm going, nope. Oh, right, I forgot to change that. Well, did I? Yeah, I did. So the state is the other one. So the place down building. Right, too many changes. Okay. Let's see. So first place down building, let's place down one building here and one here. Okay, and then I'm going to place a building flag, so one in here and one in here. So if you're going to build one, you should be making progress on this building and going to build 2 and make progress on that building. So those buildings should be separate. So let's see. We're going to go over pathfinding on stream. No, probably not really. I'm just going to use the NavMesh component. So I did cover that in the video. So if you want to know how that works, just search for that video. It should be pretty simple. I don't have any special pathfinding needs for this game. All right, there you go. Apparently everybody goes into build 1. Let's see if that one gets built. There you go. That one is built, and that one, and it should be getting built. Yeah, you do need to, yeah, the progress bar right now it's not updating on start, so yep, need to do that. And yep, there you go, it's working. I'm stuck, yeah. Yeah, that's the issue with pathfinding. Okay, right, so I've got the buildings working. I can place down the gather flags. All right, so that's already pretty good. Now obviously the next question would be multiple building types, so let's try to handle that right now. So yeah, I actually didn't need to destroy that, but okay. So actually, I'm not entirely sure. How did I handle the buildings on the last live stream? Let me think about it. Yeah, just I've got the progress bar, the building construction. So yeah, you just add to the building construction, you add this one, and you finish construction, which just makes that one. Right. Also, how about I try to, well, let me just, building type, yeah, I don't have building type, so that's good. Okay, so let's try making this properly this time. So a building type SO, so scriptable objects, always super useful. So let me grab them, and this is a scriptable object, and a create asset menu, so I can make it, and just like that. Okay. So for the building type SO, what am I going to do? I'm going to need a public transform for the prefab for the building construction prefab, another one for the building constructed prefab, and that's pretty much it. Just those two should be good enough, I think. Yep, okay. All right, so let's keep things nice and organized. So over here, let's create a new folder for the building type SO, and right click, create a new scriptable object, a building type SO. And what am I going to name this? Well, I'm going to need a storage, and then let's say a barracks. All right. So for the storage, let's say it's the one. So this is the, what am I going to call it? Building construction storage and building constructed storage. Actually, no, yeah, this is good because well, eventually I want to separate the visuals from the things, but okay, for now, let me, okay, for now, let's stick with this and then obviously change it in the future. So the constructed construction, all right. And then let me just duplicate this just to make the, for the other ones, barracks and another barracks. And let me just change the color. So for the barracks, instead of being a pink purple, let's go maybe a brown, okay. And while it's in construction, let's also give it a different one. Oh crap, I actually, yeah, I'm using the same material, so that's, well, that's annoying. Okay, so building constructed storage, and this is the storage, and just duplicate this, building constructed barracks, and then for this one also the barracks. By the way, sorry for not paying attention to chat, but since I don't have the characters in front of me, I really can't read chat too often while I'm working on it, so I can only read it while the game is playing. That's kind of the issue with doing this, but okay. Where am I? Building construction barracks. Let me drag the barracks. I just want to give it a different color just to be able to see it, and then building constructed barracks, and just give it a different, okay. So on the barracks, just pass in the building constructed barracks and the building construction barracks. Okay, so I've got both of my scriptable objects. Now, how do I do this? Well, let's go, where's my assets? Assets, let me go inside this script just to add my references. So I'm going to add a public building type SO for the barracks, another one for the storage. And now let me go back into the scenes. Okay, where's my assets? There you go. Let me pass in the barracks and the reference to the storage. Okay, so with that, I can now go into my UI. There you go, the player commands UI. So I've got this button for the place building, so it's barracks. And then another one for placing down the storage. And for now, let's make two separate states, barracks and storage. Again, keep in mind, this is not production code. So what you see on this live stream is not necessarily what you should do on the final stage of your project. This is just getting it nice, quick and dirty, just to be able to get the concept working. And then of course, all of this will be refactored. Okay, so like that, instead of accessing that one, I go into that one and I access, this one is the construction prefab. And then this guy, he's got the get component of type building construction. Yep. And then on that one, I need to pass in the reference for the final prefab. Transform, what did I call it? Final constructed prefab. And up here, let's make a public void, set the final constructed prefab, and I'm going to set it. So that's a transform. Just be able to set this, so this equals that. All right, and then down here, instead of accessing that specific one, I access that one. Okay, so now I should be able to place down those different ones, and on the commands UI, just call in different things. So that's the construction, it's not that one. What did I name it? Right, this one is the barracks, and this one is the storage. Okay, so put those, and over here I just got to pass in the scriptable object reference. So that's on the, what did I call it? On my assets instance. And in this case, I want, this one is the barracks. And for the other one down here is the storage. Okay, I think we should be good for testing. So let me just make sure everything is saved, and let's see. All right, that was quite a bit. Okay. So let's see. All right, start listening. Okay, so let me place a barracks right in there. Okay, and then the storage right in there. And there you go. Got two different ones. All right, so that's pretty awesome. Okay, so place a building flag there. So going to build 1 to build this one, although I don't remember what that one is, and place a build 2 in order to go there. And build that one. All right, so let's see if the prefabs work. Well, actually, if I pause the game, I should be able to look and see. Well, this prefab right here, yep, that's a storage prefab, and over here a barracks prefab. Look at all the characters. How nice. Okay. Well, there you go. Got an error. Why did I get an error? Oh, right, because I forgot to set it. Of course, always the same issue. So, because I get the building construction. So that's the building construction. And I forgot to call to set the final constructed prefab, which is going to be on this building type SO dot the final constructed prefab. Okay. Let's just save it and test again. Start listening, let me place down barracks in here, okay, then a storage on this side, okay, then a flag to build there, another flag to build there, and by the way, nice gather 1 and 2. Okay, so let's see, everything should be working. All right. Okay, let me just think. Yeah, place down the buildings, that's pretty good. We got a basic UI element, so that's pretty good. Look at that, the building is being built. And after it's built, there you go, it's built. Now obviously I still gotta handle the people going into the place and start making progress. There's still the issues of, yeah, there you go. They get there and the building is constructed. Okay. That's interesting. Is it repeating? Might be repeating the commands, not too sure. I can see myself, yep, there you are, right in there. All right. Okay, so let me think what's the next thing that I want to do. Well, one thing that I really wanted to do was the leaderboards. So essentially I still need to figure out how I'm going to handle the design in order to be able to have, give points like for doing things in the game. I'm still not entirely sure how I'm going to handle that. Right. Yep. All right, so, but anyways, let me first implement the leaderboard, and then, yeah, and then I'll figure out how do I give the scores, the things. I just want to be able to see all of the people in chat, get a bunch of points. I don't know, should be interesting. Okay, so let's begin by making that. So let's make a simple leaderboard. All right, so once again, going into the canvas, I'm going to the scene view, into the, all right, there's my canvas. And let's go create an empty, the leaderboard UI. Anchor it on the top left, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. Now inside, once again, let's make a template. And once again, I already forgot the name. Grid layout group. I always forget that. So the grid layout group, there you go. And for this one, I'm going to want it to be horizontal. So let me just stretch this out a bit. And the template inside, let's make a UI image. Okay, and then make a UI text object. Okay, so this is the name text. And the image is just the basic background. Actually, I'm not sure I need background, but okay, we'll see. I think the problem is that it's going to be way too full. So I'll need to be able to... Someone asking what this join does. Doesn't do anything. I have no idea why people are typing join in chat, but join does not do anything. You just have to say a message whenever the game is active. So since right now it's not active, since I'm editing, then nothing happens. So yep, no need to type in join. Okay. So let's put this in there, disable, put it on the left and centered, and put it really tiny because this one is going to have a ton of names. So just the background. Is that one down the center? It is. Okay. So, oh crap, because that one is being held by this guy. All right. So let's go 330, 20. Let's see. And for this one, anchor it to the left side. And then some random score on this side. So anchor it to the right side like that. Okay, so that's the name text and these, not that, the score text. Okay, so that's the basic template. Now let's make the script to run this. Okay. Oh, hey, Rogerio, thanks for the super chat. Oh, by the way, I tried to fix that, but since I didn't have time to test the super chat on my own, so let's see if the super chat, does it run when I start? Yeah, there you go. All right. So now, two things. Now the profile icon is no longer massively pixelated. That was the previous issue. And yeah, right now, even if you send a super chat while I'm working on the game, as soon as I go in, it listens to that and shows it. So it's nice. So no longer having super chats gone missing. Eventually, for the final design of the game, I would love to have super chats being able to do something special, like, I don't know, generate a whole bunch of resources, maybe spawn some enemies. I don't know. Got lots of ideas, so it's going to be interesting. Let's say the final result. But anyways, hey, I'm happy to see that this code worked, and thanks for the super chat. Okay, so let me continue. I want to be able to spawn all of those many times. So let's see that. Okay, where was I? On the template, leaderboard UI. Let me just attach the leaderboard UI. Okay, and just go. Now it's the exact same thing that I did a while ago. So transform, find the template. Then this is the transform for the template, and template game object set active into false because I don't want to see the template, using Unity engine.ui and using Unity TM Pro. Okay, so I've got the template, and now comes the question of when do I add characters? When did I do that? Try add a live chat character. Am I already firing an event? I am. Yep, there you go. Very useful. So on the leaderboard UI, let's make a private void start, and on start, live chat characters, access the static instance, listen to the event when that happens. Actually, for the event, yeah, because I don't think I'm passing in the character, am I? Nope, not really. So that's a tricky thing. Well, I guess, you know, public class on character edit event args, you know, just make it proper, and public live chat character single. So this is just a single live chat character. And then on this one, I'm going to pass in this guy, and I've got to rework. Okay, that's confusing. Why did I do that? Oh, right, for the pipe false end characters. Okay, sure. Anyways, just do that. and then make a new one in order to send the live chat character single to this one. Okay, just so that I got the event with some extra data, so I'm just easier to clean this up. Okay. So here I've got the live chat character on e.livechat character. All right. So with that, I want to be able to instantiate the template. So private transform template, and just grab it here. All right. And then down here, instantiate the template onto this transform, and transform for the, what am I going to call it? Single transform, I guess, for a single entry. Okay. Now the single transform, first of all, the game object set active into true, and then I need to find the name text, get component of text mesh pro UGUI, and I want to set the text into the e.livechat character single. No, actually, that's a good question. Does this one? Yeah, get the YouTube user and use the YouTube username. All right, so just like this, it should actually already be spawning all the characters. Okay, let's see. Okay, so go ahead, just type something in chat. Let's see if people join in. And yep, there you go. Got already 2 people right away. So yeah, now that's gonna be the issue. As more and more people join, yeah, eventually this one is gonna block my buttons and nothing's gonna work. Yeah, that's the issue. All right, so that's a fun idea, but yep, there you go. I can no longer click on the buttons. All right, so yeah, that's gonna be the thing, having to, how am I going to solve this design problem? Well, probably the thing is I only show, I don't know, maybe show a random group of people and then hide it eventually. Obviously, I'm gonna make the buttons on top of it. Have a scroll for the name. Yeah, maybe that. Maybe a scroll, maybe some random. Not sure, but yep. With this is what, like 30 people? So with that, it's already like that. So yeah. Yeah, I can make it click through, but yeah, I don't want something huge in here. So anyway, that's a UX problem to be solved sometime in the future. Okay. But yeah, for now it is working. This is the leader. Well, actually, yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of how I'm going to implement the score, and I think the answer is I'm going to make. Yeah, I'm going to refactor this code because I'm going to make a normal leaderboard. Then the leaderboard is going to handle all the logic for all the characters, and then this one simply listens to the characters added on the leaderboard itself. Okay, so yep, so far the logic is working. Now let's just continue on it, and let me just make it just a tiny bit thinner, so it's up here instead of 20, maybe just a 15 or 12, and make the text tiny bit smaller, just 9. And of course, just so it doesn't break things for now, let me place the player commands on top of it. Okay, so let me make the standard leaderboard class. So just need a game object to run it, my leaderboard, and drag the leaderboard, make it on reset. Okay, so on this one, it's actually going to be the one that I'm going to do what I was doing on the other side. So going to the live chat characters, access the instance, and subscribe to the event. And when that happens, let me define a public class. Should I call it single? No, what's a good name? Character single? Player single? I just call it player. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, so a public string for the name and a public int for the score. Okay, so then here, make a private a list of players. So my player list, and on private void awake, I go into my player list and I make it a new player list. All right. Then when I add a character, I create a new player, and I'm going to set the name to the e.livechat character, get the YouTube user, dot get the YouTube username. Okay, that's the name. And then for the score, let's start off at 0. Okay, so this is the player, and then going to the player list, dot add the player. And then on this one, a public static leaderboard. This is going to be my static instance. So get a public get and private set. Yep, that's it. So instance equals this. All right. And over here, a public event handler, or actually, yeah, I'm going to need that one. So using system on player added, and we'll make a public class on player added event args, and it's an event args. Okay, and here a public player. Okay, and this is on player added event args. Okay, so then down here, when I add a new player, I add it to the list, and I invoke this event, pass in this, and pass in the reference to my player equals this player. Okay, so this one is listening to when the character gets added. Just rename this. Okay, and then on the leaderboard UI, instead of going through this one, let me go into the leaderboard instance dot on player added, and when the player gets added, so leaderboard when the player is added, then I'm going to do this. So just refactoring the code just to make a proper leaderboard class. So like this, so you go into the e dot player dot grab the name, and then I've got another one for the score text, e dot player dot score dot toString. Okay, so like this right now, it should be working still exactly the same. So let's, well, just try it just to be able to, everything should still be exactly the same. All right, so let's see that. Oh, yep, this also worked. All right, that's fun. Okay, so there you go. Got a bunch of people. Yeah, move the buttons to the other side. Yeah, this one is not, it's not going to eventually take over the full thing. So yeah, that's, well, it's a UX problem that will have to be solved. Have any link to the live you did with the Tetris? If you go into the channel, into the playlist, there's a playlist for the live streams, and all of the live streams are in there. So they're all unlisted videos, but they are linked in that playlist. So if you go there, you can find all of the live streams that I've done, which so far have been quite a few actually. Okay, so essentially I've got names, I've got players, and I've got the score. So now what I want is to be able to give some players some score for doing some things, like for example going into the flags. Okay, so let me go into the leaderboard, and actually on the player I'm going to also need that. So a public live chat character single for the live chat character single, just so that later on I need to be able to find this one. Yep. Okay, so because I want to be able to add some score. So in here, a public void add score. And here, for example, I'm going to receive a live chat character single in order to identify the character that's going to receive some score, and then for the add score amount. Okay, then I need to get the player. So a private, going to return a player, get player, and receive a live chat character single. Okay, then go for each player in the player list, cycle through it, and if the player dot live chat character single matches the one that I'm looking for, if so, just return this player, and if not, just return null. Okay, so when I add the score, I get the player that matches up this live chat character single. Then I do the score plus equals the add score amount. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now the one obvious answer is over here on the UI. How am I going to handle that? Let's actually try to do this with some events maybe. Yeah, that might work. So event handler, let's make it on score changed, and then public void add score, and int for the add score amount. and going to the score, plus equals the add score amount. And then the on score change event, invoke this event args.empty. So in here, instead of adding it directly, let's call the add score and just do that. Okay, so with this, I should be able to add score, which will fire off this event. And then on the leaderboard UI, on this guy, I'm going to listen to that event. So go into the e.player.on the score changed. So object sender event args e. All right. And I just need using system. Okay, oh right, that's the issue. Event args, duplicate names, always the issue. Okay, so when that happens, let me just go and update the score. So this is very nasty code, but it should be working. Okay, right. So now for testing, how am I going to handle this? Well, let's go. Where am I? Let's go into this one, and let's go into the AI module for the construction. Yeah, let's say this one. So as you update the live chat character, you do something, you finish construction, you're adding progress. So it's on this guy. Let's go into the leaderboard, access the static instance, and call add score, pass in this guy, and say 1 score. Okay. So just like that, let's see if players can gather a score by going in building. Okay, let's see. Let's just save. And let's go there. Okay, start listening, and people are going to start to join. Okay, so let me place down some barracks in there, and a storage in there, and a build flag in there, another one there, and just for fun, some gather, even though those don't gather a score. Okay, so let's see. Yep, get player can return null. That is definitely something that I will need to add a null check, because yep, right now that can have an issue. Even though technically that should never, there should never be a player if there isn't a live chat character, but yep, that null I do need to fix, and there you go. Look at that, it is working. So over here, Kaikaku with 200 points. Now this needs to be sorted and so on, but yep, there you go. So as the players join, they get a new player on the leaderboard, and by doing actions, they get a bunch of score on the leaderboard. And oh right, I thought something broke, but not necessarily. It's just that you only get score for building. So essentially the score in here is the players that built the most. So that's fun. Yep, all right, so yep, the logic did working. Yeah, this game is awesome. Yeah, I hope the final game will indeed be quite awesome. So let me add some bonuses for gathering, because that one is pretty easy. So I just need to go into the other AI module. So it's AI gathering, yep, in here. Let me go, you get there, you start gathering, gather resources, and let's add some score as well. So now you can gain score by gathering and building. All right, so let's just a quick test. And yep, so put barracks in there, storage in there, build some barracks, build some storage, and gather some stone and gather some wood. All right. And there you go. Everything is going. Look at that. The scores are increasing and so on. Yep, that's fun. Okay, so let me see. What else do I need to do? I think I want to handle some combat. What time is it? I gotta say my voice is already pretty dry, but yeah, I'd like to handle some combat. So yeah, I think I'm going to handle that now. All right, so I'm just gonna go and grab some water. So be back in 30 seconds. All right, so be back in a bit. Okay, everything good. All right. Look at that. Anyone with 1,000 points yet? Nope, not yet. 330. There you go. That's fun. All right, so the logic is working. Just need to handle all the UI and so on. But yep, the logic is working. How is score getting increased? Well, you go into the editor or into the build, even though right now the buildings are built, so the build is no longer giving you score. Just go into the gather, and here the AI module runs, and on every update, after every second, it adds 1 score. So for every second that you're gathering, you're getting 1 score. That's pretty much it. Okay. All right, so let's think. My next step will be to implement some combat, so that should be fun. Actually got my little zombie character here that I was preparing just before the live stream. Actually, that's interesting. That one, it seems like the zombie does not have... That's strange. Seems the zombie doesn't have ambient occlusion enabled. That's weird. Did I do that differently? I'm not sure. Let me look all the way down there. Look at all these people everywhere. Okay, so yeah, what shader am I using there? Is that shader in 2D and this one? Oh, okay, that one is the sprite-lit default. So is that why this one isn't? I'm actually not sure. If I put the lit and I choose the zombie sprite sheet, and this guy is now reversed. Are you reversed now? Okay, I'm not sure, but I'm going to just use the other material. And anyways, oh crap! Totally forgot that I still had that. I accidentally pressed on space, and there you go. Yeah, because this was the the first thing that I added was that I press on space and it adds an AI module that tells all the characters to go to the mouse position. So there you go, way too many people right on top. And yep, if I go there, boom, we can play some bowling. Because yeah, when the people go into the round and round, they essentially disable the rigid body, so I can push them around, and there you go. Now they keep going. All right, that's very silly. Okay. Right, so let's handle some zombies. Okay, first of all, let me just handle the issue over here. Let me just swap out the material. I don't remember why the other one was working. I think they're using this one, the worker virus, so that's from that game that I did quite a while ago, the Wash Your Hands game. That was a fun game. Anyways, I think that's the one. So if I put it like this, okay, that's way too shiny. Let me just fix that. I don't want any virus amount, and I don't want any virus color, none of this. But why is it still... Okay, I need at least one player just to be able to see what's different. Oh, maybe it's nothing different. Is it just the light? Might just be the light. To this one you got the virus texture, everything at 0. Okay, so I think it's just the light. Even though that's strange, but okay. Oh, okay, maybe it's this. The virus texture is all... Nope, it isn't. So that's odd. Anyways, sort that out later. But if I move the enemy... Okay, yeah, it's pretty much just the light. I thought it was a bit way too white, but yeah, there you go. There's the zombie. Oh crap, I hit space again. Yep, there you go. There's the zombie. Let's all attack the zombie. Okay. Alright, so let me first make a zombie. Then I want to make a flag type for defending against zombies. Then I've got to make an AI module for handling all of the attacks and defending from the zombies. And then just spawn a bunch of zombies, a bunch of health, and so on. Okay, so let's handle all of that. Right. So first of all, for these zombies, did I make a script for it? I don't think so. Ooh, okay, that's gonna be a bit tricky now that I think about it. Cause yeah, I did not I don't remember the changes that I made here, but I think that's it. Okay, let me first just make the zombie and make a zombie AI module. So, just trying to think of what I'm gonna call it because, well, let me guess, I already got plenty of enemy classes. So, yeah, that's always a very generic name. So, what do I call it? Well, I guess live chat enemy. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, so let me just copy the structure that I made for the modular AI. Just remember how I made it. Where's my character? I've got way too many tabs open. Just close them, get back into that. Okay, like this. All right, so on these, what do I need? What do I need? Where did I? All right, I handled it all just down here. Let me just copy this. So all of my standard active AI and so on. And yeah, actually, I think this is all I need. Let me also copy the position and so on. And let me make a private void update. And on update, just run the AI logic. Okay. And then on the private void awake, I've got to create a new idle AI. So let's make that. So private void awake. On awake, just create a new idle AI. Even though this one, ooh, that's the tricky thing. Actually, does that one need that? No, it doesn't. Okay. So I can make an AI enemy idle, and that will work. So a C# script AI enemy idle. And actually just copy the exact same thing as on the idle. Except this one is for the, okay, just setting all this up. So instead of that one, you've got the live chat enemy. Okay, so like this, and now on the enemy itself, I can create one of this type. And okay, so the basics should already be working. Meaning that right now that enemy shouldn't be doing anything. It should really just, let me open up the prefab. And on the prefab, I'm just going to end the live chat enemy. Okay, so, well, right now he shouldn't do anything, just no errors. And okay, no errors. Okay, so far so good. All right, so actually just to make sure that this one is indeed working, let me actually make some movement. So a move to position, maybe something like this. Okay, you go into that one, you call the move to, so yeah, I probably should copy these as well. Okay, so go in this guy, just copy this. So essentially I'm just setting this up the same way that I have my live chat characters. So using system, and then here is for the move position, so I need to get it. So it's a I move position, all exactly the same thing. Get that one. I don't think I need the character base right now, although probably. Okay, fine, leave it for now. All right, so the move position, the move to. So on the AI enemy idle, let's go on update. Let's do a private float timer, just to make it walk randomly. So timer minus equals time dot delta time, and if timer is under 0, then tell the enemy to go somewhere. So I'll make a private vector3 for the start position, and when you create it, then the start position live chat enemy dot get the position as the start position using code monkey utilities just to be able to get the thing. So timer equals random dot range between, let's say, 0.1 seconds and 3 seconds. So every certain amount of time, go into the live chat enemy and tell it to move to a certain position. So move to the start position plus utils class get a random direction vector multiplied by, let's say, 10f, and when you arrive, then do nothing. Okay, so the enemy should be able to randomly move between some random time zones. So let me grab the enemy and just position it, let's say over there. All right, let's see. Okay, there you go. There's the enemy. All right, so he is indeed moving randomly. All right, so now, I don't know, why does he have a weird glow? I don't know, it's very strange, so I'll definitely have to fix that. Okay, but yeah, anyway, so now what do I need? Now I need a list of enemies so that I can find the closest enemy, and that I need to be able to place down a flag in order to defend, and then handle that logic. So, well, let's actually do the flag first. Well, let's do everything, really. So let me go into the live chat enemy, and for now, let's put it just in here, maybe. So a public static list of enemy, not enemy, live chat enemy. So the enemy list, and just instantiate it, and then a public static live chat enemy for the get closest enemy. Where did I implement the get closest? Was it on the resource node? Was it? Nope, on the resource manager. So I really should be able to have a generic of this in the utilities, because I do this so many times, but anyways. Okay, so get the closest. Trying to get the closest live chat enemy for each of this in the enemy list, and the closest to the vector3 position. Okay, so the closest enemy. All right, so with this, I've got the closest enemy. Let me just go enemy list, add this enemy onto the list. All right, so now I've got a list of enemies. Next thing that I need is to be able to make the AI, first of all, the flag. So let's first do that. So first make a flag. This is going to be the flag defend. And you go in there, let's call it defend, the flag base name. And let's add a new state just to be able to place it down, the flag for defending. So the gathering, just copy all of this, and this will be the defend flag. So flag defend on that position. And get the type, all right. The flag visual, okay, all of this is exactly the same. So just the flag defend, okay, almost there, almost there. Just need to make the AI. So I need an AI for defense. So let me just duplicate this, call it AI defend. Okay, so here AI defend, you receive there, and you go into the target position. So you get into that position, no longer disable move velocity, no, none of that. Actually, yeah, I want to move all the time. Yeah, this has nothing to do with gathering or anything like that. For now, I just want to follow the enemy. That's pretty much it. So no destroy self, don't need any of this. Okay, no gather timer, no thing. I don't even need, do I need target position? Yeah, maybe. So live chat enemy, in order to find the closest enemy, equals going to live chat enemy dot get the closest to this position. So live chat character single, get the position. So get the closest enemy and then move towards the enemy. So get position, and that's pretty much it. And don't do anything when you get there. So just like that. You don't need any of this. All right. Actually, target position, I guess moving to the target position would make sense, even though no need to. It's not really gonna change anything, but okay, sure. All right, so that's the AI defend module. And here, just an AI defend module. And go into the position itself. No need for randomness, but doesn't matter. All right, so the flag should be able to do that. So the AI defend module should be able to move towards the enemy. All that's left is to be able to place down that flag. So how did I do that? Why did I name the player commands UI? Yep, this is the one. So the flag for gather, and another one. So this is the, just call it button, and this is the flag defend. And place down flag for defend. Okay, so after all of that, I think it should be working. All right. Okay, start listening and let me place a defend flag. And there you go, that does work. There you go, there's the defend flag, and a gather flag, and a gather flag. And there you go. If you go into defend, you're going to start chasing this zombie. All right, so that works. All right, so look at that. The zombie is running away as people are chasing him. Okay, so the basic logic, let's see if he gets out of there. That's funny, yeah. I wonder if the zombie is gonna get so caught up with people that he won't be able to move anywhere. Yeah, that's, oh, he's stuck. All right, I guess that's it. Boom, he's gone. All right. So even though there's no combat yet, it seems that the zombie lost. Or is he pushing? Let's give him a bit of help. So just go out. Where's the enemy? There's the enemy. Let me just see if I can give him a little bit of help. Move away. There you go. And yep, there goes the zombie. Okay. All right. Yep, that's a zombie being swarmed by humans. Okay. All right. So now I want some sort of, let's think. Well, I want to be able to, first of all, spawn more zombies and then be able to handle some things. Why do you use find? Isn't it dangerous in case you forget and rename? Yep, that is one possible issue. But essentially all the methods have the issue. So with find, you have the issue that you're working with strings. And if you use a direct reference in the editor, then you have the issue that you might forget to set that reference. So essentially, when it comes to referencing different objects, you've got multiple approaches, all of them with their pros and cons. So for me, I just simply like find. It's simple. I don't like working with strings, but that's pretty much the only time that I find it acceptable. So yeah, that's pretty much the standard that I stick to. Okay, so, all right, so I guess let's try doing, try seeing multiple, just quick test, just make multiple zombies. Let me just disable these walls because they're all in there. They're all just occupying all this. There's no pathfinding, so they're a bit annoying right now. Okay, so where do I get the enemy? Where's my enemy? There you go. There's the enemy. Let's place a bunch of them. Actually, right now there's no limit, so if I place down a flag, they're going to find all of those. All right, so look at all of those enemies. Place the defend flag right in there. And now essentially the AI module should be able to chase the enemies that are closest. So some people will be going towards that guy, others towards these, and so on. And yep, there you go. All right, so, you know, the algorithm for getting the closest enemy is indeed working. Okay. Look at that, all the people just chasing around, then seeing if you change from one target to the next, because they always go into the closest. So yeah, as they move around, yeah, they swap targets. So that's fun. Am I in? Yep, just by typing anything, you automatically join. So yeah, I'm bound. Yeah, whenever I have the time, I still need to do that in order to enable customization. So, okay, all right. So what's next? Let me think. My voice is already pretty messed up, but I'd like to do a bit more. Okay. Right, let me just, my to-do list. So just, yeah, placing down buildings, placing down leaderboards. Yep, all of that is working quite nicely, actually. Yeah, idle, defend, gathering. Choose the flag type. Yep, that one is also working. So all of that is looking pretty good. Okay, sure. So let me just, how about, does defending give you points? Nope, not yet. Right now there's nothing. So, okay, so let's handle just some basic combat, and then I think that'll be it for today. So, how do I handle some combat? Let's think. Okay, so where's my live chat enemy? And then on the enemy itself, let's make a very basic health system. Once again, the super useful health system class. This was actually the very first video on the channel, and it's still super useful today. Really awesome. All right, so a new health system, start with 100 hit points. And okay, now I need some functions to work with it. So a public void damage, and for the damage amount, just go into the health system in order to trigger some damage, this damage amount. Okay. All right, so now the thing is for the, all right, I think just a basic image. So here I'm going to use a serialized field, even though I don't need to, but okay, sure, yeah, fine. For a private image, not this one, so using Unity engine.ui. So let's make an image for the health bar image, and then go into the health system and subscribe to the on damaged event. Okay, and in there, go into the health bar image, set the fill amount to the health system dot the get health normalized. Okay, so just like that, the health bar should be working, and just go into the health system dot on dead plus equals crap on dead, and just call destroy self. I think I did I implement it? I did. Okay, good. All right, so the basic health system is working. Let's make the health bar visual. People are still chasing, that's fun. Okay, so let me go inside the prefab for the unit enemy, and here let's make a UI canvas, and for the canvas make it a world space canvas, so all on 0. All right, and then inside let's make a UI image 1 this is the health bar, put it maybe a 3. I think that's way too thick, but okay, put it in red, and then the background put it in black, and so on. Okay, now this one needs to be up, and let me just add an up line. So I'm pretty much doing the exact same thing that I did for the progress bar on the construction, pretty much doing the exact same thing. Okay, it's just like this. Let's see if the size looks good. And okay, they are way too high, but yep, in terms of size, looks pretty good. Let me just go here, and how do I gotta position this? Maybe like that, maybe a bit higher. Okay, so maybe about 19. All right, let's go inside the prefab and just put this one on 19. Okay. Right, so now in order to deal damage to the zombies, so where's my module? AI defend. Okay, there you go. Let's make a private float for the attack timer, just so it doesn't attack on every single frame. So if the attack timer is under 0, then attack timer is equals by 1 second, so 1 attack per second. Then you go into the live chat enemy and you call damage, and damage is 1 damage. Okay. And this one, yeah, if there's no enemy, because obviously that's going to be an issue. So if this one is null, then return because there's no enemy. All right, so like this, it should already be working, I think. Let's see. Actually, I don't know if I've got my particle system. Do I have it implemented here? Just a quick check, because that would be fun. No, I don't think I do. All right, so I'm gonna have to go and grab that from another project afterwards, but okay, so far. Let's see if the health bar is working. Okay. All right, so let's start listening and put down a defend flag. let's also put a gather, another gatherer, maybe some barracks, maybe storage, so you can go build there, and so on. And is it working? Nope. Okay, so what is the issue? Why aren't you working? Count on the timer, do it, and you cause damage. In damage, you do damage. And then... Whoops. Alright, there you go. Okay, so you were doing damage. So why wasn't that one changing? That's odd. That's strange. Okay, so where's this error coming from? In order to find the closest get position, yeah, that's gonna be the issue here. So obviously I'm gonna have to refactor this code quite a bit. Actually, because it's not the enemy, it's the enemy transform. That's always the issue. If transform is null, then just continue. But anyways, this is... So essentially, they did deal damage. They did destroy one of the zombies. But why were they not taking damage? That's a strange one. Or rather, why was yeah, create a new health system. Subscribe to the on damage event. So I have no idea why this one was not working. Oh, never mind. Yeah, that's why, because I didn't set it to fill. Yeah, that would do it. That's the issue. So on the health bar, yeah, it's in here. I need to set the white pixel in order to be able to use the image type. Set it to filled. Filled on horizontal, left to right. And yep, okay, so now changing the film. Okay, so that was the issue. All right, let's see. So, put a defend flag right there. And let's see, now these actually got full health. Let's start listening, okay. All right, so yeah, there you go. Look at that. The health bar is indeed going down. Right, someone trying to test out callers. Nope, that exploit no longer works. All right, so look at that. Everybody's going towards this one. And let's see as he goes down. Boom, gone. And there you go, got an error. So where's the error now? What am I trying to do wrong? Is the enemy null? Well, that's odd. Yeah, because it's the AI defend. It's trying to find it. Ah, crap. I'm going to need to fix this so much. Oh, right. Never mind. Yeah, that's the second issue. Because I'm never taking the enemies away from the list. So that's not very smart. So when you destroy the enemy, go into the enemy list and remove this enemy. Because, well, this enemy is gone. Alright, so third time. Let's see if it works. And let me just update that, just because it should look a bit better. Yeah, fill amount, get that. Okay. Alright. Okay, start listening, place down a defend flag. And let's see, go ahead and attack the enemies. And since now, let's go. Color red. Nope, that does not work. Try enemy transform. Yeah, I definitely gotta fix that for dealing with nulls. And there you go. The code did work. So the enemies are going. And yep, they got destroyed. Look at that one. That one is gone. Now this one. Boom, there you go. He's gone. And I wonder if this is gonna crash. Now they're dealing damage from a distance. Yeah, look at that one. Let's see if everything breaks. And nope, it doesn't. All right, awesome. Okay, so the basics are working. You go towards the defend flag, and as soon as an enemy gets spawned, they go in there. Now, obviously, all it's left to do is the defend flag should obviously have some sort of max radius. So the idea being that spawn an enemy wave, so a bunch of enemies get spawned in here, and they come here. So I, as a player, I need to place down defend flag. Then all of you need to go into this flag to defend. Then maybe another wave comes from here, so I would place another defend flag in there, and some of you go in there, some of you go in there, and so on. So the final design should be quite a lot of fun. Alright, so with this little mini game is kind of taking shape. So I got the multiple flags, you can place down multiple buildings. So you can go and build that one, you can go and defend that one, and so on. Yep. I can't see myself. Well, you're right there. There you go. Look at that. Someone gathering. So we've got some stone, we've got some wood, got all kinds of things. There you go. Just just rolling away. That's funny. All right. So yeah, I got quite a bit of logic, and I think that's gonna do it for today. My voice already pretty messed up. I can't do more than an hour and a half of live streams. My voice really can't handle that. All right, but yeah, yet another very productive live stream, I guess. Look at that, the building was built. So both these buildings have been built. Of course, just add some logic to the buildings and so on. Yep, spawn lots of zombies. Yep, lots of things still to do. But yep, already got a pretty nice base. Quite happy with this. And the leaderboard, it's also working, very nice. Got all the characters, each of them with their score and so on. So all of it looking pretty nice. Yep, pretty fun project. Yeah. All right, just check my to-do list and that will be it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So just okay, all right. Advice to give to someone who wants to start game dev. Well, go on my channel and look for the video on 7 steps to become a game dev. So those are 7 clear steps that you can follow if you want to have a rough outline for what to do. So just search for the video, 7 steps, and you'll find it, and it's a pretty nice video. So pretty cool. All right, so I think that's gonna do it. So once again, thank you all for joining me once again on this random live stream. So yep, it was a fun thing, and I definitely look forward to continue building this. So who knows, maybe another live stream on the weekend, not too sure, but yep, I definitely want to continue working on this. All right, so anyways, thank you all so much for joining me. This was fun, so let's do this again. All right, so once again, thank you all, and I'll see you next time.